Get a Grip on Rebates is brought to you by Light Efficient Design and their Solera Lighting Hybrid Area Light. Man, this product is really unique. The Solera Solar Lighting Hybrid 365 is game-changing technology. It leverages both solar and line voltage to power up some pretty bright LED area lights. Those things can be on 24/7. It is fascinating. It has a sensor. This hybrid 365 has a sensor that knows when to switch from the cost-free solar power to the line voltage, so that you can use it pretty much cost-free until your battery is depleted and then moves to line voltage. It's a unique all-in-one design, delivers high performance, ease of installation, and adjustability, and it's really like any other solar lighting. So go out, get yourself a Solera Solar Lighting Hybrid 365 from Solera Lighting and Light Efficient Design. Hello and welcome to Get a Grip on Rebates. I'm Juan Carlos Blacker, and with me as always is John Wilson. How you doing, John?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, man. Fall is coming quick up here in the Pacific Northwest. It's dark. Looks dark in your area.
Oh, man. Yeah, not just the theatrical lighting, dark and cold, friend.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, dark and cold. I'm a little jealous looking at your warm, insulated space there.
Yeah, but you got a nice light on you.
Well, dude, this is going to crack you up. It says here, you probably can't see this, but I think it's like 57 degrees in here.
Yeah.
But I just kicked on this 4-lamp T5 above me. I got it just like inches above my head. It's like so close, it can't even cause glare because I think I'm like right under the lip of it, like a high bay fixture. But I'm not kidding you. This thing puts out such a perfect radiant heat. It blows the space heater away. So I bet you by the end of this podcast, I'm not even kidding. I bet we get it up to like a nice like 64, 65, which is that's Pacific Northwest. That's weather. I can hang with that.
That's almost summer up here in the Pacific Northwest. That's a challenge, though. Let's check that temperature when we finish up today.
So, yeah.
You know that's the one thing we never talk about in energy efficiency is the loss of heat from lamps. Usually not a bad thing, but every once in a while you get an interesting unintended consequence of moving to LED. Those T5s, I assume, are fluorescent, correct?
They are. Yep, kind of a legacy fixture. I didn't know what to do with, so I just kind of threw it up here as a joke. And then I end up using it for these podcasts or just different events that I got. But there is something to be said. It gives out a very pleasant, like I got this little space heater I keep my hands warm with, and man, it burns the heck out of them, or they're freezing cold, right? I got it in front of the keyboard, and it's like there's no happy medium. This heat lamp, honestly, I mean, I'm calling it a heat lamp, dude. That's how I'm already doing it.
You got a couple grow lights in there, it sounds like. So, anyway. Go ahead. No.
The grow room in right now is the most comfortable, pleasant room to be in. Actually, it's 75 with a gentle breeze. There's not a better place to be.
There we go. So, John, I don't know if you know this or not, but this week was Energy Star Week, and on Tuesday was Energy Star Day. So I want to talk a little bit about Energy Star lighting, and the whole purpose around Energy Star. So first, were you even aware that it was Energy Star Day on Tuesday?
I knew faintly, and I'm going to tell you what my thought was because I knew we were going to be talking. My thought was, oh my gosh, this Energy Star, do we even still care about that? And I could be totally wrong. I'm not saying I know, but that was the first thought that went through my head. I was like, wait, do we even still care about this? But maybe that's 2020 talking. I don't know.
It's a good question. I think we've been talking about that for a while. But for our audience, just so you know, this week, Energy Star Week, it also was the week for the Energy Star partner meeting, usually an in-person meeting where the partners who deal in Energy Star So the retailers, the manufacturers, and of course the EPA and DOE who run the Energy Star program get together to talk about programs, what's happening, what's not happening. So that happened this week, but in a virtual sense. So unfortunately, a lot of the networking that happens didn't happen, but they did have presentations on Energy Star and what Energy Star is up to. In those presentations, they always have lighting because lighting is one of the categories that they cover in Energy Star. There's a light bulb category and a light fixture category. And so they had two presentations on lighting specifically this session, which is actually pretty small. And lighting as a category in Energy Star is slowly diminishing. But they did have two sessions, one on how the environment is for Energy Star programs, and two, one on downlights. And when I'm talking downlights, I'm not talking about your troffer retrofits. I'm talking about those can retrofits that have been selling now for, I don't know, about 10 years, that retrofit the old trim and BR lamp that goes into the many cans you see in residences. Those were the two conversations. Yeah. I'll talk about those a little bit later, but let's go back to your original question on Energy Star and why do we care in lighting about Energy Star? So give me your thoughts on this.
I get the value of qualified products lists, right? Like I think where DLC is in most cases, I'm not going to say all because like I kind of want to throw T-LEDs. Here's what I'm going to say. When a product gets this commoditized and the market essentially is mostly transformed, what role? I mean, I just don't get the role they're still playing. And here's the thing: it's not that they're not well intended. That's what makes these things hard to end. But I'm like, are these things just going on in perpetuity? Like the two products you're talking about, or the one that you made, it's like been selling for 10 years. But I don't know, man. Maybe that's just my desire to. Maybe I'm just burnt out on it. Maybe I got fatigue. Maybe I got Energy Star fatigue.
I hear you. But I do want to push back a little bit. The QPL that Energy Star has is a quality recognition for people in general and for utilities in specific when we talk about rebate programs. I mean, supposedly Energy Star it lists out the top 25% most efficient products in its category. So in this case, LEDs would be the most efficient product type in the category of lighting, but most LEDs are Energy Star now, and that's probably more than 25% of the category. So at what point do we start saying, hey, are you hitting your goals, or are you just throwing a label on all LED products? Right?
Exactly. And I agree. I hear you that there's some quality metrics out there that help set a minimum ground. I mean, I guess I'm also asking from the perspective of like, is this something utilities, is this like their key pain point or thing that they're really leaning into? I know back in like 2010, 11, 12, like there was a mountain to climb. I mean, you were there. I mean, there was this like utility had in the game. I'm saying I honestly don't know. Like I get that they do some good work. I'm not trying to say, like it's garbage. Nobody needs that. I'm wondering, and it's good for the consumer. Let me put it like that. I realize it's good for the consumer. This is me as much saying I may be out of touch and I want to hear from other people, but like I don't know how much that matters right now to utilities.
Yeah, I'm going to push back on that, John. I think it does matter to utilities. I think it matters to utilities a lot because utilities don't want to drive their own product lists. They don't want to drive their own quality investigations. And Energy Star at this point does do that, right? They have a specification as dated or as up to date as it is. They have a specification, and manufacturers manufacturers have to meet that specification to get the Energy Star brand. So it does denote some sort of quality and some sort of importance. My question, I think more importantly, is do the customers care? Right? I think the customers care when you're buying a dishwasher, when you're buying a refrigerator. Having that big Energy Star logo is nice. You think of a dishwasher or a refrigerator as using a ton of energy. But with light bulbs, is it going to make a difference to the customer if they see a light bulb with an Energy Star, if they see a light bulb without an Energy Star? I've had that argument for a while now. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I think there's a lot of things going on, and you touched on all of them, and it's easy to conflate them all together. And here is the issue. I think on every single like there's like 10 different categories of value adds that the QPLs bring to the table, and Energy Star being one of them. So it's like you got to recognize that, right? It's like you got to recognize that, and they are inherently well intentioned. Okay, and when things are inherently well intentioned, it's difficult to criticize them, or you sound like a real sort of malcontent curmudgeon, right? And like,
right.
I'm not trying to go there. So I am also admitting that I probably got a little bias. Like I got a little fatigue with these things. Sometimes, Juan Carlos, like when you were talking, making some good points, I was like, but man, I don't like that I have to keep the DLC versus the Energy Star straight. Can't we just merge them together? Can that be some market transformation? Can we go from 2 to 1?
Yeah, big question there. Big question. That's well beyond our pay grade, I think, John, but it's an excellent question. I think it confuses our distributors. It confuses our customers, particularly on items that play in both commercial and residential. I think some of you know, or most of you know, Energy Star is mainly speaking to residential products and DLC is speaking to commercial products. But in some cases, like downlights, when I'm talking about can retrofits, those are in both. Those are in both commercial and residential. So having two specification lists is complicated and it's confusing. Absolutely.
Man, we need to get one of our younger, more hip listeners to start one of those online petitions. I just want to keep it going. We got 3 more signatures. People are speaking.
Right.
The only straw poll I care about right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if lighting has surpassed the usefulness of Energy Star, or if Energy Star has surpassed the usefulness of lighting, because LEDs are such a dominant market force now. Because most of our distributors, retailers, manufacturers are driving LEDs. And because most of them are having to follow state and federal regulations that already drive quality to a certain point. Not sure if Energy Star is valid for those products anymore. Just saying.
True. Yeah, I hear you, man. Most of the distributors that I work, I don't know a single distributor who's like, hey, man, you get this product's just as good as Energy Star, but it's not. I mean, most of the distributors I know, their name is on the product in a way as well. They're trying to like make sure the customer has a good experience. I'm just saying, like, I haven't heard. I would like to hear from a distributor come up and tell me so I can hear that I'm wrong and be like, actually, if Energy Star wasn't there, we would not be buying these. Or like, what are the utilities that are strictly enforcing this? I just think it's a smaller part of utility here's how I'm going to say it, JC. Here's how I should have said it. Because in a lot of states where all of a sudden you might see some state regulation on residential lighting affecting downlights or other similar ones, do we still need this extra layer of QC when effectively something is so market transformed, regulation now covers it? Do we still need that at the utility rebate level?
Right. Absolutely. And some of you out there might be saying, but hey, big deal. So it has an extra little layer. Well, for those who don't know, that extra layer costs manufacturers, thus costing customers quite a bit of money. It's pretty expensive to get yourself certified and registered. Tested and certified for Energy Star. So it is a cost that is being incurred by the manufacturers, which ultimately gets incurred by the customer. So again, I don't know if it's there, if it's useful, but it's a good question. We're going to get some feedback on this, John, I'm sure. We got a lot of friends in that Energy Star world, so
educate me, man. Educate me. People have been sending me LinkedIn comments and stuff like, educate me. I am admitting I could be off here. When you brought it up, I swear that was my first reaction, man. I was like, Energy Star, that's still going on. But man, I got my head proud.
Yeah. Well, and hey, let's put that invitation out there. Is there anybody at Energy Star who wants to come in and talk about this with us? We'd be glad to have you. Any distributor or retailer who wants to talk about Energy Star and its value or not value to you, we'd be glad to have you. Just reach out to the show. Let us know you want to come on. We're always looking for people to join us in conversation. So, specifically our distributors out there who are listening and are interested in what we're saying. So, yeah, hey. we're coming. I think we've covered this topic, but we're coming close to the end of this podcast. What's the temperature in there? Did it go to 64 as you thought?
Oh man, dude, I'm not even kidding you here. Let me get this back in.
How did it drop to 48?
It's 64.
It got colder?
No.
It says
Oh man, I'm not
48.
doing good with it backwards. It's 48% humidity, I think.
Oh, okay, got it. Well,
64.
you're showing the wrong
Bearable.
thing. But it got up to 64. See, look at those. Those fluorescents are good for something. Giving you a little heat.
Giving them a second life.
Yeah. Hey, John. Always a pleasure. This was a fun one. Timely because of Energy Star Week. For our friends out there in Energy Star, don't hate us too much. Just having the conversation. Just thinking about the future of our industry. John, any parting words for our friends?
Oh man, I love to learn new things. So tell me where I'm wrong.
Well, I agree. Please come and tell us where we're wrong. Okay, for all of you out there, thanks very much. This is Juan Carlos Blacker with Get a Grip on Rebates, and that's John Wilson. We'll see you soon. Get a Grip on Rebate was brought to you by Light Efficient Design and the Solera Solar Lighting Hybrid 365, game-changing technology that uses both solar and line voltage to power LED area lights 24/7.